All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another live edition of the MSP Initiative live here in Orlando, Florida. Hurricane be damned, we're here.
We're here.
And I have a special guest live, like actually next to me, like Mr. Eric Pinto from Soter. How you doing today, Eric?
It's good to see you, George. I'm great. I'm great.
I mean,
we've survived the storm and turned into a hurricane party.
has it really?
IT Nation.
Is it
2022
is it
a hurricane
officially a hurricane?
Hurricane party.
Okay, cool. I mean, there was definitely a party last night.
It was. I heard there was a band.
There definitely was a band.
Social media was blowing up.
It's still kind of blowing up. It was a good time. Yeah, we really appreciate everybody who came out to the MSP Community Block Party last night at Icon Park on International Drive. Guys, if I had to create a timeline of events of what it took to get that party off the ground and keep it running.
A lot of moving parts. Or maybe not moving because the buses weren't coming.
Well, there's a reason why I'm bald, bro. I don't know, but it was quite the feat, and there were just left hooks coming from every angle. But hey, we pulled it off, and we had I think way over 1,000 people
In attendance.
in person, and we moved this entire event indoors.
Hurricane party.
It was amazing.
Worked out.
I think that was the coolest thing we've ever done.
Yeah, we could recap. We've done a lot of different things.
We should. Let's go down memory lane.
We started in Denver on a rooftop.
It was an Airbnb. I remember, right? Because the conference hotel was sold out. It was DattoCon Denver. And so I started looking at Airbnb. I need to house like 8 people.
Right.
So it's like a 4,500 square foot penthouse kind of, spot. I was like, oh, this is pretty cool. Nice view. It's only about, half mile away from the convention center. And then I remember I was like, hey, what's up there? And they're like, oh, you want to see that? Let's go up. I was like, oh, okay. And it was like an entire like fire pit rooftop.
Yep.
It was awesome.
Right.
And I was like, how much to rent this? They're like, yeah, for the week, 500. I was like, 500 for the week?
Done.
Sold. And we definitely used that rooftop.
We did the rooftop and the penthouse below it and the outdoor decks there too. I mean, it was a pretty packed space.
I mean,
but these parties were still only 300 or 400 people.
Yeah. Yeah. It was definitely a pop-up party.
It was a pop-up party.
It was not very well planned, but we were able to whip it up together, weren't we?
I mean, in the end, it worked out.
Yeah. So, I mean, and then there was a boat.
We did a boat. We did a boat in Fort Lauderdale.
Yeah.
Or Hollywood.
That was the Autotask Community Live 17?
16, I think.
I thought it was 17.
Either way.
Yeah, okay. But that was interesting.
That was interesting. It was a boat.
Yeah.
Took a little boat cruise.
Yeah.
But again, 300 or 400 people, small.
Yeah. Yeah. It just kept on getting
But then
bigger.
block party started after that.
Yeah, the block party just kind of, took it to the next
First
level.
block party was IT Nation, wasn't it?
I believe it was Blue Martini.
Okay.
Blue Martini was like the beginning kind of like of the larger 1,000
I
plus.
sat that one out.
Blue
Blue Martini. But when we moved it upstairs from there to BBK.
Yeah. Once we went a little bit bigger up the food chain,
I was back in the fold.
So I had to get to a certain size for you to re-engage?
I guess so.
Wow. Okay. Is it big enough for you now?
No, I think there was a competitive issue there that year.
Oh, I remember now. Yeah. Well, that was not my fault.
No.
That was your fault.
I mean,
I've been static.
We all make choices.
I've been static the whole time.
Same green shirt.
Yeah, I mean, okay. The green shirt works.
It does, but you had a gray one on yesterday.
Yeah, I was
First time I've seen you out of uniform.
Well, I had to rep the MSP Initiative. It was about the community last night. And listen, we had a lot of help to put that party on.
Yep.
There were a lot of vendors who pretty much were at the end of their budget year and probably could have just taken a hard pass.
Yep.
And these guys, I think there was like 52 or 53 vendors come on board and really help us make it happen. And it wasn't about the booth or the pitch. It was about just bringing the community together to have just a ridiculously good time.
It's amazing though, because what you put together here allowed a lot of vendors to participate, but then it's almost like crowd funded, right? So it's a crowd funded party that ends up with the All American Reach Out.
I
It's
mean,
amazing.
we've gone a long way from the rooftop.
A lot
I mean,
of rooftop.
so like that's the whole point of these, right? It's, hey, we want to do something special for the community. I think I said on stage last night that, hey, it's been a long year. A lot of people have been through a lot of, ups and downs. I think there's a little concern going into 2023 about, the economy and where that's going to go. And so, we wanted to close the year out for the community. And I get it, right? Like, we try and do these internationally when we can. I know you haven't been a part of that side of it yet, but I'm sure you'll get there.
They don't let me take planes out of the country.
Well, we'll have to make a special arrangement. But like, listen, we really wanted to just, set the year off on a good note.
That's right.
And I think last night that happened.
I think so too.
Yeah. So if you guys missed it, we're gonna be posting tons of videos, tons of photos. By the way, the band really did great last time.
Dan was awesome.
Some people worry about the in-person thing, right? And how it's not the same as what you hear on the radio. Those guys were on point.
I was surprised how great they were. We were in for the sound check.
Yeah.
And walked in the room for the sound check.
Yeah.
It was, these guys are a real band.
Yeah, they're a professional act. Which comes with the professional act price tag.
I mean, let's not talk about costs.
Oh, well, yeah. Only that it wouldn't have been possible without everybody coming together to make it
That's right.
happen.
The community itself.
Yeah. And by the way, this thing originally was supposed to be outdoors.
Mhm.
We had an outdoor stage on literally a grass, piece of grass, in the Icon Park area. And then, like 9 o'clock day of, we had to pull the ripcord and like literally flip the whole thing indoors. And we had,
I think it may have been better. I think the facility old red, I think
Yeah.
it was set up perfectly. Everyone could see from various angles, up, down. You had an outdoor area. You still had an outside patio.
Yeah.
A couple of patios.
yeah.
Arguably, I think it was better.
Wow. That's a bold statement by you.
Mhm.
Oh, okay. But hey,
It's more controllable. In Florida,
well,
it's there's always the potential that it could rain
but
in the middle of any
all right.
party.
So, all right. Flip to a regular Florida night in November. Like we've done these parties
Yeah,
here. We've never really had a problem up until now, right?
No,
So imagine 3,000 or 4,000 people
yeah.
outside on the lawn. Yeah, like that's like music festival vibe.
It is music festival vibes, but then I think the other venues would have been underutilized,
Sure.
right? So I think they would have been empty rooms. In this case, you had a packed house,
Yeah.
and then when that one closed down, everyone went across the street to the next one. Then they went down the block to the other one.
I'll tell you what, karaoke was pretty crazy at the end of the night there. Did you miss that part?
There was karaoke.
Oh, yeah.
The karaoke was going off.
Oh, yeah.
I did miss that.
I took some film.
It's on video.
And it's on video.
Did you karaoke?
I jumped in a little bit.
What?
I did not go up there and put my name on the list.
I'd
but I
like to
jumped
know
in.
your go-to songs for karaoke.
I haven't really gone down karaoke lane. I just kind of get sucked in
Well,
from
Guns N' Roses, Paradise City, something like that.
I don't know. Maybe just Fresh Prince of Bel-Air theme song.
I mean, you could do that.
Yeah, I mean that's easy. I do hear that. Like I didn't put my name in for the rap battle
There's
here.
a rap
but-
battle. Let's. We
Yeah.
need to talk about IT Nation. We need to pivot, right?
Yeah, but by the way, we're here on site.
We're here on
Yeah.
site.
Yeah. And by the way, despite, I mean, they did, I don't know if you guys know this, they closed the Orlando airport yesterday.
4:00.
So
You're
there,
either here or you weren't here.
but there's still a lot of people here. I was worried about people not being able to make it in.
What do you think? There's probably at least 30% that didn't make it.
I couldn't tell you, but I mean, it's pretty packed still.
Well, yeah, the show floor last night opened up, right?
Yeah.
I was really surprised with how many people were.
Oh, it was busy.
You couldn't move.
It was packed wall to wall.
But as always, ConnectWise did a great job. The food was good. The booze was flowing.
As it should be.
The booths were boothing. Everyone was out there.
The booth's definitely booth. There's no question about that. So apparently there is unfortunately, because of the elements, it sounds like what would have been SeaWorld's buyout tonight, for the conference party, I think had to shift here to the conference hotel.
Okay.
And
Is that what they're doing tonight?
So it is in the hotel tonight, I heard.
Are you going live?
I don't know. I don't know how
Bonus show.
I don't know if they can beat the American Rejects in terms of like, like professional, like we're taking IT guys out of the crowd to do a rap battle.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Well, I think you should. I think we might need to go live just to document it.
But like if I had put my name in there, I would have done the Fresh Prince theme song and just changed the words around a little bit. Yeah, make it a little bit more geeked up.
I have a feeling I can still make that happen.
Don't know. But anyway, so and then they're apparently they closed up the event out here Friday night.
They're not going to do the event here on Friday.
No, that's the closing party on
That's
Friday.
the '80s party.
Correct.
You got an '80s outfit for that?
Well, I got my I did a twofer. Okay, I know I'm a little bit on the edge, so I got to give another plug out to Matt Lee, and I believe there's like 16 or 18 guys
With the beard.
who are doing a beard shaving for charity.
Can I just give money? I don't want to shave my beard.
No, you can absolutely donate. If you go to cybermattlee.com and click on the charity beard,
I look like a toddler without this beard.
you should see some. I think Henry Tim was the first one. He looks. I mean, I would.
But he already
He's a whole
shaved it?
different person. Yeah, the guys are scheduled separately throughout today and tomorrow.
Oh, I thought it was one big shave.
No. It's over time.
There's a lot going on this year at IT Nation.
I mean, it's a busy time. But so what I did, to help, kind of, and
Wait, that's Henry Tim. I saw a picture already.
yes, he looks completely different.
Hold on. I got a picture already, and I saw this picture. It said, "Who is that with Ken?"
Yeah, that's it.
That's crazy.
Hold on. This was my beard shaving costume. This is do a little heckling. Okay. Here we go.
Wait, is this Henry Tim?
So I know this is a bit more 70s than 80s, but by the way, I don't think I'm going to be able to go through airport security in this. What do you think? So this is my costume. Is that good enough?
Man, I can't believe you just put this on.
Yeah, why not?
Can you please take that off?
Okay, all right.
So this is Henry Tim.
That's Henry Tim, yeah.
He looks fair.
It's a whole different person. You wouldn't even know that.
I didn't know who he was.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying.
I couldn't read the badge. Oh, he had a palm there, man. I couldn't read the badge. So
Yeah.
Okay. So we're gonna see a lot of new faces in the channel come Monday.
That doesn't mean that I can't heckle from the back of the room in my fro and my beard.
I mean, you can. If you're planning on doing that, I'm not gonna stop.
I mean, it's kind of what we do from Philly now.
Heckle,
Yeah,
cause problems.
yeah. Climb poles, all sorts of stuff.
I mean, bad sports fans typically.
Whoa. That is a bold statement, Cotton. When was the last time you went to a sports game?
I go to sports games all the time.
Oh, yeah, what was the last one?
Sports.
When?
I
What was the
sports.
last one?
I was at a Cowboys game
When? 2002?
last year.
Last year?
Yeah.
Okay, no, nothing this year.
Yeah. I mean, you go to the stadium and piss on our star.
I mean, that was Ken, not me. I just happened to be in the room.
Rude.
And-
For the Cowboys Nation out there, rude.
I mean, nobody likes the Cowgirls. It's not America's team.
In the podcast.
It's not America's team.
We got this straight.
Oh, I'm sorry.
This was off the rails, by the way. This is
I'm
the
sorry.
MSP Initiative off the rails.
I'm sorry. Didn't you guys come into South Philadelphia and lose? I thought you had the anointed backup quarterback who was like the best thing since sliced bread.
It wasn't the best game.
Okay.
We lost handedly.
You guys didn't think you were going to come back after what happened last year and do that shit again, did you?
We thought so.
Well, that was bad.
That was the game plan.
That was horrible expectations. And
It's all about setting appropriate expectations.
well, I mean, looking at the division, I know we're going into sports land here for a second, guys, but like, if you look at the NFC East history, the last team to win the division back-to-back years was the Donovan McNabb-led Philadelphia Eagles. We're talking about like more than 10 years ago. And you guys thought you were
Are
gonna.
you changing the subject?
I'm just saying. Anyway,
We changed the subject.
all right. Hold on. Since I have props.
Your props. Oh, 4 props.
All right.
I mean,
Number one. It's my boy right here. Jalen. Okay. All right. I hear you. Anyway, so back to what's happening here. So we actually had some door prizes last night that we didn't have a chance to give out because of like the logistics and how it worked out. So I almost want to randomly pick those prizes live right now,
you should do that.
so that
Yep.
way those people who, get the benefits of what we told them was gonna happen, right?
Right.
Okay,
Okay.
so let me pull up the list of prizes. Should we do that?
Oh shit, this is gonna be excellent. I love it now.
Now that we're back to like the regularly scheduled programming?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, all right, so let's see. The list of prizes was supposed to be, here we go. From Barracuda,
Okay.
an Apple Air Pro Max.
All right.
So that's the new
let's
one.
let's start there.
Yeah.
So how do you want to do this? Do you have a random list? Have you
So
got a randomizer here?
so what I'm gonna
Random
do is
scroll?
I'm going to pull up the list of the people that checked in last night,
Okay.
and you're going to like give me a letter,
Okay.
and we're just gonna pick from the screen.
Okay. Got it.
Okay, so like, do you understand
All
what
right.
I'm saying?
So first giveaway.
So let me list the giveaways, and we'll pull up the
I think we're
list.
just doing one by one.
Well, I just want people to know what's happening.
Okay.
Okay, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 giveaways.
All right.
Okay, there's Barracuda gave out or is giving out Apple Air Pro Max.
Okay.
So that's the new one.
Well, those other names. Okay.
That's the new one they just launched at like 2 months ago or a month
okay.
ago.
Okay.
Then we have Cynet is rolling out Xbox controllers and an Oculus headset. It's pretty cool.
But is it an Xbox or just a
No.
controller?
The controllers come with the headset.
But do you need an Xbox too?
No,
Oh, okay.
like they connect to each other, and it's like,
I'm a
hybrid.
PlayStation guy. I don't know anything about Xbox.
Okay. Well, all right.
I do like the idea of an Oculus.
And it sounds cool, right?
I mean,
Yeah.
if I had one on right now, I'd just be walking around in circles.
And then Equilibrium Consulting, who did a great job helping us do all the print and
They
all
certainly
the
did. Yes,
marketing
yes.
around the event last night. They're giving out a PlayStation console.
Okay.
So there you go.
PS5.
That's you.
Hold on, they actually don't specify. Is it a PS5 or
I mean,
is
what
it
are
a
they
refurbished PS3?
I was gonna say, what are they gonna buy one off of eBay? No,
They-
of course
they-
they're gonna give a new one.
Brand new one. Okay, it's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine. Put out.
Okay, and then Infima
In FEMA.
is giving out a year's supply of this hydration thing.
Hydration and wellness.
So last night on the way out of the party, if you were, feeling a little bit, but good, you could like put this mix in a water, and then like it's like your, kind of refresher IV type thing.
Really?
That's what this is.
Okay.
It's a
okay.
year supply.
A year supply
Yeah,
of hydrant.
yeah. That's pretty cool.
I'm looking forward to that.
Okay, and the last thing is, and I'm gonna help bump this up. Our friends from Enable throw in $200, we'll just call it gift card, right? We'll just choose like Amazon or just $200. We'll throw another $200 and we'll make that 400.
Okay, so you need $400.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah. So that way, this just in time for Christmas presents. Okay, 400 sounds good. Okay, so
And then Stock Soter
oh,
is giving away a JBL charged speaker.
you love those speakers.
I do. Well, I think we travel a lot. The one thing I really enjoy traveling is having my music, my tunes with.
Those speakers have shown up many a time.
They've saved the night sometimes.
Wow, that's like a standard packed item for you.
Every time.
Do you get stopped in security?
No,
Why?
well, I'm not you.
Yeah, I don't know. I
I
don't
travel
know.
freely.
I don't know why that happens.
You-
Okay. All right. So
All right. So how we're gonna text these people and then they'll get their prize?
correct. So like,
Because are the prizes here?
no, we're going to have these sent to these
Oh,
winners.
so it's easy.
Yes.
Okay, great.
All right.
I didn't know if we had to like schlep around prizes.
No.
Okay.
So we have the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6
6.
things that we're giving out.
There we go.
So this is like the extra bonus. Like we didn't even like you're getting this. It's like, oh wow, I get more.
More.
Wow. Okay. Here we go. Let's pull up the magic list of people who came last night. 1 second.
You ever want to text these people and let them know what they won?
We're going to announce it. We're going to put a post on social. We'll
Okay.
send them. We have their phone numbers and emails when they register, right?
Various ways to get a hold of them. All
Yeah.
right, good.
So should be good. Okay. All right. Give me a letter in the
Why
alphabet.
don't we just scroll it?
No. Just give me a letter in the alphabet.
Letter in the alphabet is L,
L. All right. Give me another letter.
E,
Give me another letter.
N.
Nope. We're gonna go backwards from that
Why
letter.
don't we
Try
just
again.
just
Try
scroll-
again.
Just scroll it.
Scroll again.
Just,
All right.
just scroll it and put your finger down
No.
and stop. That one. That's the one.
Well, here you go. What do you think of this guy?
Yes. And what are we giving away? The Apple Air Pro Max
From Barracuda.
from Barracuda,
Okay.
and the winner Paco LeBron.
from Prodigy Techs in Chicago.
We know Paco.
Wow.
It's gonna be great.
Okay. I think he's here. I've just passed him in the hallway.
You did. So let's write that down.
Okay. No, I screenshotted it. so
Okay.
we have-
But we need to know who's getting what.
Okay, so he's getting, well, we're going in order.
Okay.
So he's getting the first one, the Barracuda Apple Air Pro Max.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Let's try the next one. All right. Give me another letter.
T.
Give me another letter.
L. I don't know how this game
Nope.
works.
Try again.
T. S.
S. Nope. Try again.
This is taking too
Just
long.
put the
Oh,
letter. Come
oh.
on, man. So, okay. There we go. Here is our winner for the next one.
All right. So from Cynet, the Xbox controller and Oculus headset giveaway to Tom Blanford
From E-Trepid.
from
Out of
E-Trepid.
DC area.
Tom Blanford from
Okay.
E-Trepid. You've won an Oculus.
That could be a cool Christmas present if he decides to repackage.
You gonna re-gift? Nah, I think Tom's taking that. I think Tom is walking around his house like this.
Okay. All right. I hope he doesn't fall in.
He might.
Yeah, ever see like when the bird hits the glass window and then
How do you check this out? It's awesome.
okay. All right. Next letter.
E.
E. Next letter.
R.
R. Next letter.
Q.
Oh, that one's gonna break it. All right. So how about this guy? Let's see. I have to just double check to make sure that they're here we go. Eric Clemens from Acroment.
So this is from Equilibrium Consulting.
Yeah.
PlayStation, PS5, the new hotness. Going now, this might go to a kid. I can see this being gifted out to the kids, maybe.
Okay.
But Eric Clemens, it's yours to do what you want with.
So we're gonna now we've checked out Barracuda, Cynet, and Equilibrium.
Right.
The next one is the cool one.
Well,
I mean, let's hope that there's
for
it
you,
goes,
for you,
let's go to let's hope it
but
goes
you
to
need to
someone-
hydrate.
Well, everybody should hydrate. But let's hope it goes to somebody that will actively use it.
It will act.
Because some people are the nightlife, go out, people.
Not
stuff,
me.
You're not the nightlife.
In
guy?
bed by 11.
I don't believe that for a second.
I gotta get my beauty rest.
I'm gonna have to check with Mrs. Pinto.
Good check.
Okay. All right, give me a letter.
R.
R. Give me another letter.
E.
E. Give me another letter.
B.
B. Nope, broke it. Going backwards and just randomly picking. Let's see. Does this qualify? Yep. Donnie Reyes
Donnie Reyes
from Eastern Data.
from Eastern Data. You've won a year's supply of hydrant, wellness and hydration powder. A year.
That's a lot of
That's a lot
supply.
of hydration.
I
I mean, you're gonna hydrate every day. So that's 300 and some odd.
let's hope Donnie doesn't do a lot of thanks drinking.
With Donnie Reyes, you can do what you want because you've got a year's supply of hydrant.
Okay. So now we have the joint enable and then B-VoIP. I'm gonna throw another 200 to make a 400, right? Tombo. Okay.
Mhm.
All right, give me another letter.
N.
Give me another letter.
A.
Give me another letter.
T.
Okay. Let's see who the first person is with that. Okay. Nathan Hawk from Usherwood Office Technology.
Okay.
There you go.
And that is the combined $400
$400.
from
Enable.
Enable and
And
Visa.
I'll throw another 200 in.
Wow.
Oh.
This guy out of his own pocket.
I like to help. I like to spread, a little love.
So if you're Nathan Hawk, if you're here, find this guy,
Well, we'll send them like the e.
Find this guy
Maybe Amazon. Maybe he likes Amazon.
hold him up for $400.
Not cash.
Cash money.
I don't even have an ATM here, man.
Nathan,
Oh no. We're gonna send him a gift card. E-gift card. Come on.
find him.
All right. Then we have the last, the Mr. Soxotter, Eric Pinto,
Yes.
speaker extraordinaire himself.
Yes.
Okay, give me some letters.
Okay, we're gonna go. Why do I have to come up with? I can't come up with the letters
No,
for this giveaway.
You got to just okay. No, you still have to come off the letters. Give me letters.
All right. A.
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 Well,
R.
there you go. Already hit.
Okay. Oh, there we go. Is that
So-
qualify?
Yep. This is Joshua Aronson from Hawks Consulting.
Okay.
HOCS.
Consulting.
Yes.
Joshua Aronson from Hawks Consulting.
There you go.
You've won a speaker. courtesy of Soter.
JBL speaker.
JBL speaker, of course.
I mean, that's pretty good.
I mean, you might as well have some quality in your bag.
I mean, and by the way, if you pair, like, you can get multiple of these speakers and pair them together.
Up to 100.
Is it really?
Of the new ones, yeah.
100? I mean, how much space can you have that's gonna fit 100 speakers?
Why are you asking so many questions?
Okay.
I mean, what kind of parties are you throwing?
The one last night.
Okay. you had a little bit more sound than one JBL speaker.
I mean,
even 100.
It's a fair response to the question, no?
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Fair response.
All right. So now we've, so we're gonna post all the stuff. There's a lot of videos. There's professional videos and photos. There's a lot of social right now.
Right.
So if you go back and search hashtag MSP Block Party, there's a lot of stuff on the Facebooks, the LinkedIn's, stuff like that. But
I haven't even looked at the Facebooks.
There's a lot. But we're gonna post albums and stuff. It's coming. So if you want some serious, like FOMO from last night,
There's got to be a good amount of people that have some FOMO. Probably some people that were trying to get here and maybe couldn't make it.
Well, all I can tell you is we're gonna make sure everybody can experience the digitally the night, because it was awesome. It was awesome. All right. So now that we've gotten last night and all the prizes and a little bit of football talk out of the way, and that's okay. I'll remind myself to call Mr. Pinto here on, what was it, the 24th of December?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You might be getting a phone call or a text
message.
It's
in Dallas, isn't it?
Yes, sir. Yeah. Huh?
You coming down?
If you can convince the other half for me to come down, I'm happy to come down.
On the 24th?
Yeah, of December. Yeah.
You got 2 kids?
Yeah.
Both of y'all?
Yeah, 1 and 3. Yep.
We know who wears pants in your house. No. Not happening.
Okay.
Not happening.
Okay. All right. So let's talk about what's happening on the cybersecurity front.
Yeah.
A little bit, because let's be honest, I don't care recession, no recession. I don't care whether you're, riding a bicycle to generate your electricity, or you have the Tesla, or you just plug it into the outlet. Cybersecurity thing's not going away.
No.
They didn't just shut that off because, electricity is more expensive.
It is it's the only budget that has seen an increase in 2022.
And
where every other budget has been slashed.
And I've read an article saying that they feel that the cybersecurity spend in 2023 will continue to increase despite the recession.
Correct. While every other budget is slashed, it's likely that cybersecurity will continue to see input.
Okay.
But it's because you've now got buy-in not only from the IT side of the house.
Sure.
But now you're getting buy-in from the CFO. You're getting buy-in from CFO, CTO.
Because they're seeing other people in their positions and other companies get jammed. That's the reality.
Getting jammed up.
Yeah.
Bad.
And they're paying big.
Right.
Okay. So let me ask you a question. I was talking to a few guys outside, few of our friends here from ConnectWise that are in sales, and they're confident, right? They're saying, hey, 2023, big opportunity. And I'm like, but for like the last 20 plus years, haven't we heard time again that like sales and marketing is not exactly the focal point for, like, especially the tech guys that turned into the owner or the salesperson or business development. Right. So like when you're up against a check signer, decision maker, business owner that's a little bit cautious now because they understand that the economy is maybe not in the best place, it takes extra either motivation, skill set, effort to get them to the point where they're going to do something.
Yeah, that's
spend more dollars, right? I mean, this is not magic. This is the reality, right?
Sure.
And if we have people that maybe aren't strong in this sales and marketing arena, how do they overcome that part?
Right.
I think that's the broken link between one and the,
Well, I think it's about making the concern relatable, right? I think a lot of the time if you don't understand the problem wholly, then you just kind of just take a sort of a generic or textbook approach, right? So you start talking about generically about hey, well, cybersecurity or this big hack that happened overseas somewhere, or some global company that had a breach, and that's not relatable on Main Street, right? So you need to make it relatable on Main Street. And once you've done that, then the business owner that you're talking to understands the concern, right? So let's play this out.
Can we play this out? I'm a customer who owns a local accounting firm.
Mhm.
I'll just pick something out of the way there here.
Yeah, well, accounting firm is a great example. I'll tell you what.
Okay.
As of this year, all accounting firms, all accountants are required to do security plans. Now, they should have been doing them before. Obviously, but that's something where maybe an MSP that isn't, doesn't really have a capacity for sales, would have a challenge going to that business entity and saying, hey, we got to spend a little bit of money thinking about our cybersecurity plan,
Huh.
and then lay it down on paper.
So who does the plan get submitted to, or is it just you have to have a plan?
Yeah, you have to have it. And I don't know the qualifiers for it, but I know that it affects CPAs.
Okay. So like if I'm a CPA, let's say I mean, obviously CPA could go from a single person to firm,
Sure,
but let's say I'm a single person and all I'm doing is QuickBooks files.
sure.
Like why do I have to care?
You have to care. Well,
Like
why
what
would
is
you
my
have to care?
cybersecurity plan? Just back up my computer.
so you're a single person.
Yeah, single tax.
You're using QuickBooks.
Yep, QuickBooks files.
How are you communicating? Are you communicating back and forth with your client base?
I mean, sometimes they give me on a jump drive and they send it to me.
Okay, so how are we securing that?
Put it in a file cabinet.
So how do you have that documented?
No.
That's what a security plan does.
Well, okay.
It documents that process.
All right, hold on.
So even if you're doing everything 100% correct,
Okay.
it's about documenting that process.
So what if I just return the jump drive after I'm done and I don't keep it?
If they hand it to you,
Yeah.
you put it in your computer,
Yep.
and then you hand it back to them.
Yep.
Well, then now you're outside of QuickBooks. Now you're on your computer.
Sure.
So QuickBooks is a closed program.
Yeah.
And we can all say, okay, we can enable two-factor, we can lock down QuickBooks appropriately from our end of it.
Yeah.
And then QuickBooks owns the security on the back end
Sure.
in terms of storing the data.
Sure.
But now you've just introduced a jump drive.
Yeah.
That's got sensitive material on it potentially.
Yeah.
You plugged it into the side of your computer.
Yeah. Yeah. And now you're saying I
How
have
it-
that data
how-
on my computer.
So it was there somewhere.
Yeah. Okay.
So how did you secure that data?
All I do is I back up my computer.
How do you secure your computer? You have a firewall on the computer?
I don't know.
Are you running endpoint
It's
detect
like
and response?
whatever comes with Windows, that's what I have.
Then you're clearly not doing it.
Okay. So what is enough?
Well, it's more about understanding all the different parameters, and again, then documenting, right? So the first thing you want to do is assess, right? So you want to, and again, this could be simple, right? This doesn't mean that you have to go out to a consultant and pay tens of thousands of dollars, but you certainly can go online, pull up the core tenets of either CIF 18 or NIST CSF and run it through.
But does an accountant even know what those two acronyms are?
No, but that's what you as a service provider would then bring to the table.
I see.
Right. So we're putting, when you're saying those things, the service provider would then come in and then address the concerns, assess the situation, and then put in the
But isn't the
appropriate,
problem that the accountant doesn't even realize there's a concern to be had?
which is why they've introduced these new safeguards against them not knowing or claiming, the fact that they weren't aware by saying, well, now you have to have a security plan. What does that mean? That means that at some point, whether it's you yourself or through your service provider, you're writing down that the measures that you have in place to secure yourself.
Huh.
Right. So it could be you can write in crayon and write 4 things down. At least it's a start, it's a plan. Now, what most would say is, well, you identified that you had challenges and then never did anything about it. So that's not really a good play, right? So you want to identify the challenges, you want to identify a reasonable route to resolution, then you want to put it into action.
So let me then go back to the whole, all right, I'm talking to this tax person, prepare now. We're in the middle of everybody's watching their pennies.
Mm-hmm.
What's considered affordable? Like how do you, because like, I assume there's different levels of this whole cyber security thing, right? And I hate to use bronze, gold, silver, but whatever. And like, maybe they're not going to pay for the total Fort Knox package.
Right, but again, so we're talking about small business, right? So
Yeah.
one to 10 employees.
Yeah.
1 to 10 systems, and largely reliant on cloud, right? So we don't have a lot of infrastructure. We don't have servers, to secure. So now you're just saying, okay, let's start first and look at their environment. Do they have an office?
Maybe working remote.
Well, let's say they have one. So
Okay.
if they do have one, again, 10 employees and they
Yeah.
have an office,
Yeah.
well, likely we want to start with a firewall. right? I mean, these are basic things, right? You want to start with a firewall and make sure that that's in place, and then hopefully have a team that's coming in to set up that firewall to make sure that it's set up appropriately, that it's blocking out,
You sure
risk
I can't
where
just go on Amazon and buy something called a
you,
firewall?
you could go on Amazon and type in firewall, and they will ship you one, and then you'll plug that in. But then,
It's good.
then the next thing you need to do is have the appropriate ports, shut down and access controls in place, and you're right. So that's why you're looking to a professional typically to understand this landscape and then put in the appropriate fix.
Okay. So basically what you're trying to say
But
here
there's not a
is,
lot. But what I'm really trying to say is there's not a lot of cost there. So even a small 1 to 10 person shop, you go buy a firewall. What's that? $500 or whatever it costs, right? It's not crazy expensive. And then in terms of ongoing services that you would need, probably you look to your desktops and put in your antivirus, and now next gen AV, and now EDR is sort of the flavor of the day, right? So you're gonna run probably $4 to $5 a desktop for that type of a service, right? But I'll come back to, these things aren't necessarily expensive. If you're in an environment where you're transacting in sensitive material, so PII, personal identifiable information, PHI, the healthcare information, if you have this type of
and in this case, accounting info,
Or-
which would still be
financial
private data,
Yeah,
right? Yeah.
right. So financial data. So if you've got that level of risk because you've got this sensitive data in your network,
Yep.
then you have to address it. So I think that as a service provider, you have to have the ability to go to your end client and explain to them that there's going to be a cost, right? That cost is it's not crazy, but it's likely between 10 and $20 a user more to secure them. So if you were getting $100 a desktop, now I need to get 120 a desktop to secure you appropriately.
Well,
That's
let's
not crazy.
flip it around. What if somebody who's doing business with you today said, I'm having a hard time, pitching or presenting or, outlining why my prospect needs this.
Mhm.
Would you go and help them do that presentation?
We absolutely do. But my first suggestion is stop trying to sell it.
Oh,
I think that there's far too many companies out here, even here, that are hey, sell cybersecurity, make money. Sell cybersecurity, make money. That's the wrong approach. You need to really spend some time looking at your existing portfolio of customers, your existing customer base, or your prospects that you're trying to work towards. Understand what their challenges are. Just like we brought up accounting, we listed a challenge immediately. Once we listed the challenge, we can lay that out to the end client in a way that makes sense. Hey, this is a requirement. These are things that need to get done. It's going to cost you $20. Okay. It's a much easier discussion when you understand the challenges first, then address those challenges one by one, versus just saying, well, hey, I'm gonna be a cybersecurity focused MSP.
There's
Great.
definitely-
What does that mean?
there's definitely an education curve though.
I would hope.
So like there has to be an English-based approach that's easy enough for your non-technical person to understand so that they can even comprehend.
If you are managing or maintaining sensitive material in your environment,
Okay.
whether it's at rest or in motion,
Yep.
it's your responsibility as a business owner to secure it. Full stop.
That's it. Just like that.
So now, if you're looking at your portfolio of customers, you go, the plumber, probably not. The guy with one restaurant or two locations, not so much. The dentist office, the accountant, the bank, the lawyer, absolutely.
Okay.
It's very easy. So I'm going to eliminate the ones that don't need it and just say, hey, stick with your firewall and your AV. These other 5 or 6 clients, we need to do a little bit more.
Okay.
What is it? Free knowledge there. That's easy.
Blocking and tackling. I would be surprised how many MSPs, IT service providers, let's call them security focused guys now, whatever you want to label it. I don't think they leverage the fact that there's a lot of knowledge and manpower available with their vendor partners to help them go and actually have this conversation with that customer.
That
If,
depends
like-
on the vendor partner though, too.
True.
Because again, there are many out there that are just saying, hey, well, you need to buy 500 licenses to get to the price point, and we're going to teach you how to sell cybersecurity. But all that teaching how to sell cybersecurity is really just a marketing of sort of a generic marketing plan on cyber. It doesn't really help.
I feel like if somebody raises their hand and says, hey, I'm going into this meeting, I'm really not comfortable being able to, put it out there. I need someone to come and help me make that conversation happen.
We do that. So we put on your ball cap, we'll put on your t-shirt and go in as a member of your team, virtually. So you just bring us on the call and just, hey, this is Eric, this is my cyber guy, and we'll talk about it. Or anyone on my team. Or we'll introduce ourselves as Stock Soter. Either way you want to do it. But I think you're right. I think that MSPs in general don't leverage the resources that are available to them.
Like, we're not even talking about, like, we've heard forever, there's all this MDF every year that doesn't get spent, right? These vendors budget for, being able to have a pool of money to help do things with their partners. Nobody, they don't request it, it goes unused, it disappears, right? Or, we're not even talking about like, hey, here's the marketing slip. Let me put my logo on and send it out. I'm talking about like, hey, I have a hard time articulating to my prospect, my customer, what this is. And I need you to come and actually help me make that presentation.
Right.
Like, if I were to pull the MSPs behind us, I'm gonna take a guess. Less than 20% will actually go and ask for help.
That's true. They don't know because I think a lot of times kind of like asking for directions, right? Like something inherent in us where we don't want to ask for help. We don't want to raise our hands, or we conditioned ourselves, to that we already know the answers, therefore we're not going to recover, for assistance.
I mean, but like, it seems like that needs to go to the back seat right now, because if you're going into 2023 and beyond, and like we have to go down before we go up, right? And we seem to be still going down. Like, you need to be able to go in on the first shot with your best bunch, right? And if you can't do that on your own, or you keep on failing at that first shot, you need help, and you need to ask for help. I don't know whether it's an awareness thing. They don't realize that's available, or to your point, maybe they're too hesitant to ask because they think they got it. But like, I think it would benefit both sides to go in now on your best punch.
Yeah, no, I think you're right, because if you're not prepared to, and this has also been sort of an inherent problem in the MSP space where if you're not aware of the regulatory changes, if you're not aware of the cybersecurity concerns at large, then you sort of just ignore it and just don't address it at all in your pitches, right? But if you're not addressing it, and you've got the CPA client, and you've had that CPA client for 10 years, and that's my guy, I service them, we do all the work for them, they love us. And then another MSP comes in the door and says, hey, CPA, I want to help you with the security plan. The CPA goes, what security plan? Well, the one you were required to have in January. What was I required to have in January? So now that customer is coming back, your trusted, most valued customers will come back to you and ask you a question that you aren't aware of.
Wow.
On a subject that you're not aware of, because you didn't spend any time looking past the fact that, hey, well, we got it for $100 a month, so they're good.
Okay. Well,
you have to spend the time to understand. And again, I gave you sort of the barometer. If your customer is managing and maintaining sensitive material of any sort, there's a responsibility. So now go deeper than that.
Let's just be clear for a second. Let's be clear. What is the lowest version of that? Is it a phone number?
I mean,
what
you could argue it, right? I'm sure if you got your legal team involved, I'm sure you could argue that
like,
it could be a phone number.
Is it a social security number?
Yeah, absolutely. It's absolutely a social security number. It's absolutely.
Is it a bank account number?
Tax ID number. Could be definitely bank numbers. Yeah.
Okay.
Bank numbers. So bank numbers in that could be then tied to the entity name and their information.
What about an address?
Just the address.
Just that.
No.
Okay. So it has to be like more than.
I'm not an expert. Consult your lawyer. Consult your state.
We can call Brad Gross.
Consult your state, local government. I'm not an expert, but no, I think if you take a reasonable approach to this, I think you can say, okay, financial data.
What about a credit card number?
Credit card number, yes.
Okay. What about any sort of agreement, legal contract, terms of service?
Potentially, because if it's exposed, so there's different requirements when it comes to breach notification, but most of them center around you having to then go back to the infringed upon entity, and tell them, right? So now you're talking about your let's say you're a law firm, right? So your top 20 clients now that, and somehow their information is exposed. Now you have to go back to them and say, remember that case we did last year? All that stuff might have gotten out because we had a hard drive that was cracked or compromised, right? So
what about like just general HR information, like
yeah. So
payroll,
so your internal HR information is also protected data. Yeah.
and then like health insurance and plans and
100%. Yes. Yeah. And now you're talking about exposing, medical stuff potentially, right? So yeah.
I mean, but like every company has to do that. Like everybody has probably a health insurance plan with people on it and ages and what's covered and conditions and all that, right? They got to apply.
Right. So because that data is not necessarily moving around a lot, right? And you're not transacting it, it's not really going any past, your own files for your own small company. If you are a smaller entity, likely you just want to make sure that you've secured that drive, secured that system. And I think that will still fall back to the sort of the standard best practice, which is firewall, antivirus, those sorts of things, and then proper access controls. But those are all things that are within the normal wheelhouse of an MSP, right?
Yeah, I agree.
Like those aren't extra.
I would hope
those aren't necessarily extra service.
No, I would hope most MSPs do this already.
Right. So I think that there's a layer of that. If you're talking about just your own employee data, where you can secure it at little to zero cost, and you would just do it.
But you still need to actually do it.
You should do it, yeah.
Okay.
But this is where I think when people hear things like assessment or gap analysis, people get scared. But call it a questionnaire. You need to be having these conversations with your end client at least annually. Has anything changed? Right? So, right, because you want to assess initially, again, call it a questionnaire, make it 10 questions. You can look them up online. There's probably a billion of them that you grab, but where's 10 to 20 questions just about their environment. So that you understand what those risks are. Because they might, so we were on a call the other day. The guy says, well, no, I've got a closed billing system. Okay, well, then you're all set. System closed, we're good. If they take care of it, third party takes care of it. And then we got further along in the conversation. And then they said, well, I said, how do you engage with your client, your end client? He said, well, they email it to us. Well, they're emailing you what? Oh, tax information, tax ID numbers, and other related data. So they're emailing it just normally through is it encrypted? No. Well, no. Oh, they also could. Oh, by the way, they can also upload it through a web form. So through the course of a 5-minute conversation, we got deeper than, and there was an MSP on the line, and we got deeper than the MSP to say, hey, okay, these are other questions that you absolutely need to be asking, right? We exposed two very serious sort of lapses in the coverage.
It comes back to you don't know what you don't know till you know it.
Well, you don't know. You don't know what you don't know, so you should ask. Start there.
It comes back to that's why there's experts in all of these areas. And I feel like the MSP can't be an expert in everything.
No, I'm going to disagree with you on this one. The questions that we're saying right now, any service provider needs to be prepared to ask right now.
Okay.
If they're not asking it, they're already negligent.
Okay.
They're already not doing the best for their client. So we'll go back to you don't know what you don't know.
Yeah.
But if you never asked, are you then negligent? Or because I didn't ask and because I didn't know that it's not my responsibility. Those are sort of the two views, right? Well, the customer never told us, so we didn't know that we needed to secure that extra thing.
Huh.
Right. So there's the opposing view, right? Where you say, well, they never told us, so it wasn't our responsibility. And I hear that so many times.
Yeah, but
I don't know that
is there any paper trail to that? Well, you're not omniscient, right? You can't figure out what everything, right? But
they're looking to you as the trusted advisor.
Well, let me flip it into insurance, right? Mm-hmm. If I go get a car insurance quote, and I don't facilitate. Oh, by the way, I had this.
Creekor's got his hand up.
Hey, Creekor, hold on. We got Q&A. You guys got to turn on chat. Oh, my bad. I didn't. Here you go. I'm gonna I know it's at the end of the call, but yeah. What's up, man? How you doing, buddy?
What up, guys?
What's happening in your part of the world, brother?
Oh, it's not. Oh, you guys are starting at 10 now, huh?
What do you mean?
I'm just kidding. I for some reason I thought you guys were starting at 11. Um,
Sorry.
uh,
Right
it's my
on, man.
Friday. It's my Friday. I'm taking this afternoon.
You weren't out here last night for the party, man.
Yeah, Krigo, we missed you, man.
No, I miss you guys. That's what I wanted to say. Good to see you guys.
All right. It was good to hear from you as well.
Everything well?
Oh yeah, we're just in full conference mode now
We are.
because like the shoes. Hopefully brought some comfortable shoes because you're already in trouble now at this point in the event schedule. But yeah, I mean my feet hurt a little bit. Not gonna lie.
You've been running around a lot.
Yeah. For
Sorry
sure.
to be late, guys. Comparison with DattoCon?
Comparison to DattoCon. It seems like there's definitely more people.
Yeah, I'd say more people.
And I would
Compared to this very last DattoCon, yeah, more people.
yeah, I would say maybe double.
More active.
I don't know, but
More like action, more collaboration, more everything. Well, IT Nation rarely disappoints.
I mean, it's definitely busy. And there's a lot of, I mean, you can keep yourself pretty busy.
Okay.
But as I mean, Ken, me, we said this all the time. The best part of the conferences are like this and like the hallway and the bar and the actual, like, let me talk to somebody that's in the business and let me figure out what's working for them.
Right.
Like I can, and some people learn from breakout sessions and all this, whatever, but like, I feel like I get the best results having that type of conversation than anything else.
That's right.
So while you should definitely plan ahead and like make sure you have your conference agenda situated so that you know what you're going to get out of it, I still think that your best and which is almost counter to like geek nature, right? Geek nature is kind of a little bit reserved, a little bit basement-ish. Maybe they're not the most outgoing people, unlike Creekmore. He's pretty out.
He's not.
But I'm like, if you can break out of that shell, man, you can walk out of here with a lot of information.
Sure.
And like actually better what you're doing.
Awesome.
We got to wrap up. Good seeing you, Krikor.
Take care, boys. Next time.
Next
All right.
time. We appreciate you.
Rob Ray next week?
Well, Rob Ray next week. Rob Ray's here.
He's
Yeah.
here.
I don't know if you knew that.
Allegedly.
No. I've seen him with my own eyes.
Allegedly.
Okay.
See you guys.
Take it easy, guys. Hey, the year's not done yet. We're
Okay.
still doing these MSP Initiative live podcasts, recorded podcasts. We're doing now and the end of the year. And we're gonna have to launch like a 2023 plan.
Yeah.
There's
All right. So where is the MSP Initiative going to be next?
we're working on it. We're trying to figure it out.
You don't know where you are in January, February?
There's a lot of options right now, and we gotta nail it down.
Well,
But
what's the
hold on,
first
hold on,
event?
hold on. That's not true. We have one more Channel Strong tour.
Wait, what do you mean?
At the end of this month, at the end of November and the first 2 days of December is the final Channel Strong tour.
So
of the
where
year.
are you
So it's
going?
going to be in Orlando, Tampa, Fort Lauderdale, and Atlanta.
This is the bus again?
Yes, the final bus tour of the year.
I was on the first bus tour.
That was a long bus tour. That was the 3-week bus tour.
Yeah. So
And then it's progressively gotten shorter and shorter
I
as
think
time goes.
no one wants to spend any time on the bus.
Wow. I mean, I made it 1 week.
Yeah.
Anyway.
It's tough.
So I think we're gonna go out with a bang. I've been talking to a lot of our friends and co-partner vendors out there, and there's a lot right in the Florida area because it's a hot space. So this is gonna be, I think, like the blowout special, man, of the year.
All right.
We're gonna hit Florida, post IT Nation, post hurricane, weather, and we're gonna make it work.
It's gonna be awesome.
I'm pumped for it.
Well, I'm excited for 2023. I know you got reservations on the economy. I think that those challenges will be there. But I think that as service providers and in this space of SMB, I think there's more than enough opportunity in terms of products that are now available, services that are available. Whether it be affordable phone services or affordable other services.
But it comes down to like the MSP needs to actually be able to get past the objections of, hey, well, the economy's not doing well right now. I don't want to, maybe I need it, but I'm still gonna hold off.
Right, and be prepared to pivot, right? So be prepared to pivot maybe away from a technology that was costing them more, and then maybe there's something else that they can substitute with, but you don't want to cut corners. You want to make sure that as you're making those substitutions, that you're not reducing the level of coverage that you've got.
Wow. This is the blocking and tackling part I've been talking about.
That is correct.
Okay. Well, you know what? Sounds like this guy has a lot of ideas on how to overcome that.
A lot of ideas.
How do people find you?
I'm at Soter, so Eric Pinto at Soter, or on LinkedIn, Eric Pinto. Everywhere else,
Eric Pinto?
most people know my face.
Okay. All right, guys. MSPinitiative.com. This session will be uploaded onto the sessions page. Keep coming back Tuesdays, Thursdays, 1 o'clock Eastern time for MSPinitiative.com 24/7. Catch you on the next one. Hashtag IT Nation.
Peace.
Take it easy, guys.